This video is brought to you by the one and only Squarespace. If you've ever thought of starting a website, be it a business or a passion project, Squarespace is the perfect place to do just that.
Festive greetings and welcome back to TGTV. More specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some very exciting news. We have my F12 back on the channel. Now we're going to jump in here very quickly and go for a spin from YouTube Square and on, and I'm going to explain exactly what has gone on. But the F12 is back. You will have noticed, the more observant ones amongst you, that there has been a hiatus of this car on the channel. You haven't seen it for months and months and months, and we're going to go into exactly why that is very shortly. And I also discussed it in my latest full garage update video, which is now live on the channel as well, so make sure you go and check that out, because there's some comings and goings in the garage that you all need to know about. So the F12 is here. Here she is then. Here is my 2016 Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. This is one of the last cars they produced, being a 66 plate, and the F12 going out of production actually around the 17 plate mark. This is one of the last examples they ever built. It's only covered 4,900 odd miles in its life, and I've had this particular car since 2018, or 2019 actually, so coming up for 3 years now. I got it in February, I think it was 2019, could well have been 2018 though, I can't actually remember, I'm just getting old. It is finished in the rather rare combination of Grigio on the outside, and you'll see a little hint there. Many of you already know the spec, but it hasn't been around for a while, so I just thought I would fill you all in. And we've got Bordeaux on the inside. It has got the all-important full carbon bucket seats, which are folding and fully adjustable. You've got the carbon rear shelf there as well. Full carbon driving zone, carbon everything, including that, and carbon sills as well. And obviously you've got central bridge there as well, and passenger display. Fully loaded car. Also spec-wise, on this amazing example, we've got the all-important upgraded wheels, and they are absolutely stunning. All very well and good then. All very well and good. And also, I just want to point out, no privacy glass. If you get privacy glass on an F12, you've got no idea what you're doing. All jolly interesting, I hear you say. All jolly interesting, TG. However, that's not why you're watching the video. You guys, presumably, are watching the video because you want to hear about some gossip or some scandal surrounding why on earth this thing is now back in my garage. Because I did put it up for sale, but it's now back. So there is a story to be told. So, shall we fire up then, and we'll go for a little spin, and I can continue spinning this yarn. So, key in hand then, and one of the things I actually particularly like about the F12 is that it's got this old style key, an actual key that goes in the slot, like so. So let's fire up, couple of turns, get the dash on, wallop, let it do its thing, and then your old school button here. For those wondering as well, we've got the GP Bamford Laureato Ghost 38mm white ceramic case. That is on the wrists today, ladies and gentlemen. I know I get asked, what's on your wrist the whole time? So there we go. Let's get on the move then, and let's get chatting all things F12 on how on earth I've ended up back with it, and my plans now with this car. So, this car originally went off to Amari for sale on SOR a few months ago now. It followed my Hurricane Evo rear-wheel drive, which went to Amari. They cash bought that, so they bought that off me. And they also said, Tom, we've got clients after F12s. Can you send your F12 to us as well? We'll stick that up for sale. And in a moment of weakness, and in a moment of lack of storage actually, in my storage solution for my cars, I thought I don't have space for it, and do you know what, while the market's strong, I may as well come out of it. I didn't really want to sell it, but I was like, do you know what, market's strong, let's just stick it out there and see what happens. It was also in the face of having to extend the warranty again on this a couple of months later for about $4.5 grand, so I thought, do you know what, sod it, we'll stick it up, see what happens. Cut long story short, the car went there, it went up for sale on their website, went live and whatever a little while later. And we did have some nibbles on it. We had some people on the car. I think we put it up for 190 grand, which is about market value, possibly slightly on the punchy side, but I wasn't 1,000,000% about coming out of it. So I thought, if I can get good money for it, it can go. If I don't get good money for it, then I don't necessarily need to sell it. And worst case, you know, it'll be 2-3 months worth of free storage. No offense to Mari, I wasn't using them like a storage unit, although that's probably how it's kind of almost ended up now. So that was my mindset when it went up for sale. Kind of a win-win really. If it's sold, great. I've got a load of equity in the car. Obviously I've had it for years. I bought it for 220 a few years ago now, so if I get out of it for around 190, then 10 grand a year loss, you'll have that on a Ferrari. And extended the warranty once, so 4.5 grand on that. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. So I thought I can live with that. So off it went anyway. We had some people on the car. We had some people coming to buy it. We had some people coming to see what was what. And we did have some people falling through on the finance, which happens. Sometimes it's just unlucky. You get people on the car, they go for the funding, and it doesn't work. Lenders have tightened up a little bit, and it's coming into the wrong kind of year for a car like this as well. So there wasn't the kind of absolutely mental interest I thought there may well be. So yeah, kind of had a few people on the hook over sort of a number of weeks. It kind of went on sale, off sale, and just kind of a bit of a mess around really. Not from Amari's side, those guys were fine, absolutely great, and they can't help who goes for funding on the cars at all. You know, and I've been kind of held up on finance before. It does happen. So a little bit of a saga back and forth, and got to the point where at the end I said, I just want the car back. I don't actually care. I'm not in a position that I need to sell the thing. I don't need to come out of anything at all, particularly not this car. I absolutely love it, and I actually think these will solidify value-wise over the next few years. So I'm not really too fussed. So it sat there for a little while longer, to the point where I could actually get a truck sent for it and back down to London with my usual transport guys. So that took about a month or so actually. I actually said, don't sell it, hold on to it, I will come and grab it back. Well over a month ago now by the point this video is going out. So again, just bad admin from me. At the moment it feels like I kind of blink and I lose 2-3 weeks. It's just so busy at the moment. And yeah, I did mean to get this back in the garage and back on the channel sooner. Plans for the car now then, I will be probably taking it to Macari, chucking a warranty on it, and then just continuing to use it as normal. The jury really is out on the whole warranty thing. I don't know whether or not it's, like, you know, the best use of money, possibly. You know, it's £400 a month it works out as, so you need to be getting a £400 bill every single month for it to pay for itself, realistically. But you know, a big bill on one of these is extraordinarily big, and right now there is no warranty on the car just driving around. And am I a little bit more stressed? Yeah, I am, to be honest with you. You know, when these go wrong, they go really wrong. The F12 though is not seen as an unreliable car. They are seen as pretty bulletproof, particularly the late cars. They've been making them long enough by the point this came out. They've been making them for what, 4 years by the point this car came out. So thousands and thousands of cars in by the point this car was built. They learnt a lot in that time, so I'm not hugely worried. I'm not hugely stressed out, and indeed most of my cars don't have a warranty on them, but the Ferrari extended warranty tends to be pretty good, so I think it's going to be well worth doing regardless, just for that peace of mind. And also, should I come to sell it in the next sort of 12 months or so, having that warranty on there is really going to help the value of the car. Would I chop this in for an 812? 812s are what, 240? And what could I get for this? Maybe 185, 190 in the spring? No. I prefer the styling of this. I prefer the interior. I prefer the build quality actually in here. It feels a little bit more expensive. I prefer the lower production numbers. I prefer the Pininfarina heritage. And overall, I just prefer the F12. The A12 might drive a little bit less scatty, because this thing is complete hell when you put your foot down. But the F12 is the car for me. A12 is not the one. The only car that I may well
get tempted by in my lifetime with this car to replace it with is potentially the A12 GTS. Now that is a car that I can get my head around, but they're about 350 grand. I haven't even looked at the market, but I assume they're about 350 to 400 grand. And cost to change, it's not another 200 grand on top of this to get a bit more air on my head. So that's the only thing vaguely in contention, and I don't think that's going to happen. Usability wise, other than the warranty, then what other costs do we have associated with this? We've got the servicing costs. I think I've got one more free service left on its original 7-year service plan, and then it's down to me to service it. I don't think the servicing costs annually are that scary. I think it's probably about 800 quid for a minor service. I don't know. It's not that terrifying anyway, so I'll probably be okay with that. We're getting someone staring at me and thinking I'm talking to myself or on hands-free. So yeah, that's the story of the F12. Not that exciting, I must say, and I probably did build it up as though it was slightly more exciting than it needed to be, but hey, Christmas is not a cheap time of year. We've got to churn the videos, we've got to get the sponsor stuff out, and that's that. And also, I'm going to get questions on why it's back, so there we go. There we go. Am I happy overall that it's come back? Yeah. I tried to be sensible by tentatively putting this up for sale. I tried to, you know, just satisfy that little nagging doubt at the back of my head. Tom, you should get rid of some cars, you've got too many. I tried it now, so, you know, bit of man maths. I've absolved any sort of conscience or responsibility. I tried to get rid of it, and now it's still here. So it's costing me £2,400 a month, thereabouts, in terms of the finance. And that finance actually rolls. It's the end of its term in February, so I'm going to have to roll the finance on it, which will just mean financing the balance. I think I owe about 150 on it, so it will mean just funding the balance on the car, which isn't a bad place to be, because, you know, come later next year or the year after, I would hope that this thing would be worth still 160 to 180. Meaning that I will have some equity in the car. I've got equity in the car at the moment. I'm probably about 30 grand in it, so not a disastrous place to be. Wasn't my best buy in retrospect. Wasn't my best buy. It wasn't something that I did really well on like my other cars, but I think in terms of honking around in an F12 for 3 years, I don't think dropping sort of 30, 35 grand over 3 years is the end of the world when you consider you could lose 30, 35 grand on your family estate car. So absolutely fine, and it's been headache free as well. This car has had no issues at all. Absolutely fine. It's obviously been on my C-Tech charger. It's just been chilling. It's been dry stored inside. It's done no track work. It's been used sparingly. It's been used on dry days. It's good news. It's really good news. The interior is aging really well. It's not getting tatty, squeaky, rattly, horrible, sticky, faded, nothing. It's an unbelievable piece of kit, and if you can get into an F12, then do. I think they're incredible. Anyway, for now, I think that's it. I think it's time for another bit of Squarespace, and then I'll have to bid you adieu. If this is the last video of the year, then thank you so much for watching. I don't think it will be. I'll probably churn another one between Christmas and New Year, but if I don't speak to you before, have a really good Christmas, guys. Whatever you celebrate, thank you very much. Thanks for all the support. Enjoy your time with your loved ones. Stay safe, stay well, keep your chins up, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.
I'm back again. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, this video was brought to you by Squarespace. If you've ever had a curiosity in starting your own website, be it a passion project, just something you're interested in, and a hobby, or you want to start your own business, probably more likely your own business if you're following me and you're following my antics, then keep your eyes and ears peeled, because there is a special offer coming very soon with Squarespace to help you get started. Now, Squarespace has got loads of features which help your journey through that a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and a lot more effective. The first really cool feature is that Squarespace know that most people are viewing websites on their phones, so you can actually build a mobile optimized website and a desktop optimized website very easily, very simply, and very efficiently. Another really cool feature is that you can build members areas with Squarespace as well. You can build members only areas within your website as well. So not just basic websites, but a website where you can nurture and build a community. That's really, really cool. And if you're monetizing it, that's going to be really important to you as well. Another thing particularly pertinent to e-commerce is email campaigns. They are extremely effective and they're amazing when they work well. Squarespace gives you the tools to build really nice looking, really effective email campaigns. And Squarespace isn't just about building building a website, you can actually go on there and get the domain from there as well. So it really is all in one. You just go on Squarespace and you get started. You don't need to go anywhere else. Nice and simple. Now, if all that sounds good and you're interested and you want to get going, hit the special link below and use the code TGTV and you will get 10% off your first website. As always, please do send me what you're creating, your websites. People are doing that now via DM on Instagram and also in the comments here on YouTube. I absolutely love seeing it, so please do keep sharing those with me. So hit the link, it's in the pinned comment, get going and stay in touch.